Chat. I didn't even know it started. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Rivka's Craft Corner. How is everyone doing? Okay, so I have a whole lot to talk to you guys about of why I am not gaming. As much as I want to, I am not gaming at the moment. So we're going to be crocheting. It's fine. I can go right there. Thank you, dear. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad that I can't do gaming right now, but my laptop that I usually do gaming on is something different. I need to go on to Instagram and let Audie know I'm on. And we're going to do crochet.
Okay, alright, so sound is good.
Awesome. Yeah, I can't figure out why the new computer is not working for it, but that's what you get. So I need to go into messages just to let Audie know that I'm on, but I'm just gonna do gaming. Not gaming, but okay, there we go. Okay, so I just was explaining to Audie what's going on. Hi, Audie. What's the matter? Yeah, I am doing gaming, not gaming today. Sadly, every time I try and do gaming, either it goes, I don't know how to explain it. It goes, or it stops, or it shuts off, or something. I've been wanting to do gaming, but I can't do gaming right now until we either get a brand new computer or something. Right now, I can't afford it. What's upsetting you, hon? Am I right-handed? Yeah, I am right-handed. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Rivka's Craft Corner. I am going to explain why I'm not doing gaming. Why crochet? And I do have it written down that I'm doing crochet today. This is not a tutorial. I'll let you know that now. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were there. Ah. Oh, yeah, but oh, very true, very true. I just always have to do it. It's a habit of mine. Sorry, please forgive me. Anyway, on the gaming. I can't do the gaming because if anyone's been watching me trying to get this thing to go gaming, it either cuts out or my sound cuts out. Am I right, Audie? Would you agree with what I just said? It cuts out on the I can't think what it was. Or the sound cuts out. It's just either or. And this computer just does not want me to do gaming. This brand new computer. So today we are going to do crochet. Yeah, sadly, I really want to do gaming, and you know that. I really want to do Paleo Pines. But every time I try, my computer says, you want to do gaming? I'm not letting you. So, until we get a absolute brand new computer, I have to change my strategy, if that makes sense. So I'm now going to do crochet. Now, I did let you guys know I am not doing a tutorial. I'm just going to be making a beautiful kaftan. So, yeah, it's just one of those days. One of those days. And okay. Oh, I do. I still play it. I still play the game. It's just I can't do it. I can't do the gaming on I can't do gaming on the okay, there we go. What am I doing? Oh yeah. That's what I'm doing. So I can't do gaming right now. I can play on my own without it's almost like either my camera won't work or my sound won't work. And I've tried both. I really tried. So neither of them worked. So 1, 2. So we're going to crochet this kaftan. And this kaftan is one of those beautiful kaftans that is technically, I want about 5 of them to go to the next side. So anyways, on gaming I have to hold off. As much as I don't want to, I have to. We have a visitor here today who's going to be leaving today, I think she said. We have a visitor here today too. And Jeff can explain that one to you. So, yeah.
Yep.
1, 2. I could make a kitty cat one, but I don't think that's the one I want to do. This is going to be my kaftan that I'm going to be wearing, so I really want to be, but I can still play gaming, don't get me wrong, I can still game, it's just I can't do gaming and live. Does that make sense? I've tried, and each time, no, that just doesn't look right. Itch. Yeah, that's the one I want. So, 1, 2. So I think that's what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the gaming when I get a brand new computer. Jeff and I are right now saving to get out of here. We have to get out of here. We've been here for 4 years. 4 years in my father-in-law's house. It's been hard. I have to shut down a few things too. Yeah, that's the one I wanted. I think this is going to be a pretty pattern. So, what I'm making, if you're curious, is the shell pattern. Then I'm going to do a full across and then another shell pattern. That's my goal. I think that will be pretty. Then 1, 2. Chickens are doing okay, although I can't seem to figure out why the chickens are not laying eggs, although I think it's because it's been cold. We're in Australia, and right now it's still technically winter until end of August, because September starts spring. Am I right, dear?
Yes. Yes, it will.
Jeff and I have been discussing about where we're going to go camping for Sukkot, because that's a place that's what we want to do. We are going to camp in southeast Queensland, I think it is. Is it southern Queensland?
Southeast Queensland.
Southeast Queensland. For preference. We were thinking of going to the Bunyan Mountains, but I think we decided against it due to the fact that we can't find a place to park. Not
for the whole 8 days.
Not for the whole 8 days. They don't have any openings for the whole 8 days. We have to find a place that will take us for a whole 8 days. We're still going to do camping because we're going to be camping in a campground, and we're going to be sleeping in we're going to try and sleep in a what are we trying to sleep in? Trying to think.
Cabin.
A cabin of some sort. So we don't know. We have that. We have a lot to make decisions on. I am loving this pattern. I decided to do this pattern. I think it'll look really pretty when it's all done. I am going to be putting a lining in, a linen, what is it called? A linen undergarment, if that makes sense. Under this, so I can wear this. But that's what I'm making so far. I like the shell pattern. I think that will make this very pretty. 1, 2. Then you do a single double crochet, and then you go back to making 1, 2. So I'm going every 2 to make a beautiful. It's called a shell pattern. Jeff got me coffee, but it's only half a coffee, if that makes sense. So last Friday, I did, what is it called? What did I do last Friday? I did clay, because I'm going to be making a kitsune. But it takes a little bit of time to make a kitsune. But I am planning on making one. It's basically a fox with 9 tails. That's what it is. And it has interesting ears. So that's my goal. Now I won't change the coloring of the kitsune. But yeah. Now, this is measured to my arm's length, meaning from one arm, from a fingertip to my other fingertip. So it is to my arm's length. Now it'll take me a while to work on it because it is going to be a kaftan. When I get to my half mark, I will be putting a hole for the neck, crochet, and make about, I don't know how much of a hole, probably enough to get over my head of my neck. And yeah, I might crochet myself a bonnet, one that is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, keeping track of how many I use too. But I'm thinking about making a bonnet that goes with this, so that goes over my head. Is there a multiple I'm staying in? No, we're trying to find a place that my husband and I can both stay in that is just stays in one place. That's what we're thinking, because we only have a tent and a, what are they called? A gazebo. So, if you have like a gazebo, you can buy a tent that will go with that gazebo, and that's what you can stay in. We're also thinking of buying a tarp to put over. Oh, yeah, the pattern. So what I'm doing is a crochet of a shell. Then I'm going to do a single crochet across. Then it's another crochet of a shell. And that's the way I'm planning on going. I'm sorry, I was talking about... Okay, thank you. Yeah, the pattern. So it's the shell. It's supposed to look like a flower. But, yeah. I wanted it to look like one of those flowers. It's quite pretty. So, yeah, it's a crochet of the shell. Then it's a single crochet, then a single. Double crochet, then it's the crochet of a shell. Single crochet, single. Double crochet. I know what I'm doing. And then I'm going to crochet a single crochet across, and then go back to doing the same thing. That's my goal. At least. I hope it turns out that way. We'll see. This is a 4mm. I like using the 4mm or the 4mm hook, because that's my favorite hook. And yeah, we do have plans of camping. We found out that Sukkot is actually coming up very soon, on the 26th of September, which means for a whole 8 days we'll be camping. Woohoo! Which means Jeff and I have to get everything organized for that camping too. Am I right, dear?
We do, dear.
Yep. So today there is no gaming. I apologize, everyone who comes in expecting gaming. I'm having a hard time trying to get the gaming going on this computer. I've tried everything. Trust me when I say that. Jeff has seen me struggle. So.
Let me just say, I've tried nothing, and it hasn't worked.
So, yeah. So right now I'm working on the bottom part of the dress. Yes, this is a dress. It's called a Kaftan dress. This is my first time making clothing. Audie, would you agree? First time I made real clothing. I'm talking about out of crochet. This one will take a little while due to the fact that I need it to be, you know. And no, I'm not procrastinating. I was, trying to make a decision. What pattern do I want to use? What pattern do I want to use? And I finally decided on a pattern. So I'm going to work on this and finish it up. Well, not finish it. Start it up and keep going. So it's a shell pattern, but it'll look almost like a flower shell, if that makes sense. So that's what we're going to do. But I still play games. I play Shop Titans, and I also play Paleo Pines. It's just I can't do the live doing the Paleo Pines and Shop Titans. I just can't do it. It's not that anymore. It's just you try working on a computer that when I try and do my lives, you can't hear me. Either you can't hear me, or you keep seeing a staticky, not staticky. What's the word I'm trying to find, Audie? I can't think of my words. A hesitating one? I guess it's hesitations on the gaming. Yeah, basically. My computer decides it will not multitask. Good words. Thank you, Audie. It just will not multitask. It skips. That's the word. Skips. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. I really couldn't. And that makes my computer go, not my computer, but that makes me look bad when it keeps skipping and I can't do the gaming. It's like so I'm explaining why I went straight to just crochet. This is actually one of my de-stressing type of crafts. It helps me distress and calm down. There's about 3 things I do if I'm stressed out. 1, I'll take a shower. 2, I crochet. 3, what is number 3?
There's no number 3.
I make jewelry. So, yeah. I sometimes need to distress. I'm counting to make certain I didn't go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So, that's what happened, and that's why I am not gaming today at all. Because it skips. I've tried everything to get that thing to work. Audie, I even did what you call a test run 3 or 4 different times. It just would not do it. Jeff and I discussed it, and we were like, okay, since that's happening, either we have to go get my computer, and I'm talking about my old computer, check to see if there's a serious virus on it, which right now we can't afford to do.
or if it's just lazy.
Well, Jeff says, or it's just lazy. Because what happens is it says, oh, I have no room. I have no room. I have nothing in here for you to, we can't, what's the word? We can't upload. We can't even upload anything now on that computer. And I'm like, what? So we're thinking there's a virus on it. A serious virus that just cannot get fixed. Well, not by things that I've done. So we might have to go take it to someone to fix it. Now, the problem is,
They don't work for free.
no, they don't work for free. And number two is, it needs to go into a shop that is not around Dolby. They don't have anywhere in Dolby that will fix a computer.
You really should learn not to give away where you are, dear.
I think there's a few Dolbys, aren't there?
Ah.
Actually, there is. There's a Dolby or Dolby.
Don't narrow it down. Crazy woman.
Yeah. Well, anyways, there's just no shops near us. I think the first shop is about an hour away, right, honey?
More than likely.
More than likely, an hour away. So that's what's going on. That's why I have not played any games for a while, because my computer that used to do the beautiful gaming quit. Kicked the bucket. Went kaput. So that is why I am not on the computer at the moment that does gaming. And I'm explaining myself of why. So, I'm also going to let you guys know that I will be camping from September 26th to October 5th. So I'm letting you guys know I'm going to be camping. We'll be camping in a real campground. That will be fun. We're trying to decide if we want to go to, I'm not sure. Where do we want to go?
I'm not going to give away that information either.
No. I'm trying to decide. Is it a few miles away, or
It is a small distance here.
it's a small distance?
Hour and a bit.
An hour and a bit. That's what we're thinking of. We only have what you know how some caravans or what you call camper trailers. We don't have that. We only have two cots. We have, what else do we have?
Optimism.
Optimism. So yeah, that's what's going on in September 26th through October 5th. That is called Sukkot or Feast of Booths. That's when we do our Feast of Booths. We do that every year. We go camping. And we go different places in Australia just to check them out. Right, dear?
We do, dear.
One of these days I would like to go fossicking. We actually have in the creek beds. Is it the creek beds?
Well, mostly.
Mostly. We actually have sapphire burls. And we have, what's the other one that we have? Emeralds. In
Lots
this.
of opals.
And opals if you go in an opal country. But I definitely know we have a sapphire and we have emeralds. And we have opals if you go in the opal country. And there's a few opal country areas. Um, one is near Sydney. Um, and I can't remember the other one. There's two of them.
Opals, Lightning Ridge.
Like, well, yeah, but there's also the other one.
Cooper Pedy, and that is not near Sydney at all.
No, Cooper Pedy is.
Neither is Lightning Ridge for that matter.
Oh, I thought it was.
No, nowhere near Sydney. Nowhere near it.
Oh, okay. But they're very hot places. Do you see it? Is it looking pretty?
The wind blew your trousers up the line. I put them back, but
Thank you.
I'm just letting you know that I did.
So,
I think they're dry, so if you want to
okay, look.
get them.
So that's our plans. We are looking forward to it. Oh, we want to. This is usually that is our escape time from this place. We go camping. And we have to go get ourselves one of those propane things. So yeah. And I am liking this pattern. I think this is going to look really nice. I'm already, well, I'm not even halfway there. I'm not even halfway there. Oh boy. But yeah, I'm taking a, until I can figure out what is causing the problem on the gaming, I'm just going to go with something else, like crochet jewelry or crochet this caftan now. This caftan is actually clothing. Surprise, surprise. Someone here is actually making clothing by crocheting it.
Well, one day we could go, exciting news, people. We've managed to set up the printing press.
I don't think we ever discussed.
They'll never look for a Japanese yen printing press in Australia.
Nope.
Nope.
I didn't even know you were thinking about a printing press.
Never seriously. I don't even know what a Japanese yen looks like. I don't know if they use plastic money, paper money.
I don't know.
No clue. I think they still use coins here and there too. You know, like we do.
Yeah, I think so. Jeff and I watch a lot of mangas lately.
Mm-hmm.
We don't watch the bad mangas. We watch what you call. There's a couple I've been watching, which is kind of strange. I've been watching Reborn ones. It's hilarious.
It's we mostly watch like things that happen. You know, the wheeling and dealing in the high places, but it's all. Some of it's romance dramas. Some of it's
Yeah.
you know corporate backrooms dealing.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
And I've been going into watching Reborn ones, which is funny.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if you could redo your life, where would you go?
Not that they get a choice where they start.
Yeah, true. And I probably would have changed a couple areas of my life if I had that chance, but I don't have that chance. And in real life, you don't have that chance. You can only
No.
change. You can only change what's going on in the present and future. But if I could change the past, there's a couple, 2 or 3 things I would have changed. So, yeah, um, I probably would have not done half of the things I did in the military. Uh, the end destination would still be coming to Australia. But I might have married my husband a lot sooner than I did. This husband, the one I'm married to now. I can tell you I have um made it um in the sense of what was I saying? Yeah.
No clue.
Yeah. I would still have married Jeff. But it would have been probably a lot sooner. Because he treats me kind. He treats me well. He shows me love. He's never tried hitting me. He's never tried hurting me. Best marriage of my life. And every morning I keep hearing, "Good morning, sweetheart," or what we'll usually do is when I get up, first thing I usually do is give my husband a hug. Either that or he comes and says, "Good morning, sweetheart. It's time to wake up, time to get going." It's not screaming at me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, best marriage of my life.
So, in other words, indulging in perfectly normal behaviour.
Well, I'm not sure how people do it over in America, but I do know,
I'm just saying, what I'm doing is normal.
yeah, it's normal.
Other people, sometimes, not normal.
No. No. So, yeah, I would have changed a few things of my my life. If I could change anything, there's a few areas I would probably changed if I could do reborn, which I can't. But
No, nobody can.
it's kind of interesting to watch them. If you had a choice to go back in time, where would you want to go? Or and they keep talking about the universe and all that. So, yeah. Sadly, can't do it. But it is interesting stories. What if you had a choice of changing things around? Well, I think I've changed a few things around since I moved here. Haven't I, dear?
You have to.
Yeah. One, when I came to Australia, that is when I started doing YouTube. For real. That is when I started doing YouTube. Oh well. Going back you can't do. But if I could do things, there's a couple things I would change about my life. but I still would have ended up with Jeffrey. Probably a lot sooner. Yeah, yeah. There's that one too, but I haven't really watched those. It's usually ones that, okay, I'll give you an example. And it's in China or it's in Japan. I'm not sure where it's at, but it's either or. It's in China or it's in Japan. And they go and say,
Or occasionally Korea.
or Korea. But most of the time it's Japan or China. Because they keep talking about Chinese lettering. Or Chinese literature. Anyways, as I was just saying, the biggest ones I've been watching is the ones where they go and do college entrance exams. I don't think we do that in America. I don't remember doing that. It wasn't as high.
Well, it's one of those things where there's so many people wanting to go,
Yeah.
and if you can't pass, it's like we're not going to waste the next 4 years on you.
Yeah. And they are so what's the word I'm trying to find? They are so gung ho about the getting the college entrance exams. Because if you don't do those, and it's right in high school that you're doing it, well, lots of times there's things that happen, like, example, someone, yeah, yeah. A lot of them will go like, let's go to the senior trip, or let's do this, let's do that, let's do this.
Hard to believe, but there are naughty people trying to prevent other people doing their exams properly.
Exactly, Audie. Exactly.
Human nature.
They more look at the whole portfolio. Exactly. Well, anyway, lots of times they're being prevented to go into, doing what they really want to do. Doing the college entrance exams. Like, here's one where the author of the Reborn, she originally went to do her college entrance exams, but she wore a blazer or something with pockets in them, and her best friend or her cousin or whoever it is that's the protagonist goes and puts like a piece of paper and making it look like they cheated when they never did. And in the Reborn part, they decide to wear a dress that has pocket, no way, and they also talk about doing a
like an oral makeup exam.
Not an oral makeup. They don't makeup exams.
Okay.
What happens is they'll talk to the teacher and say, "Can you look me over? Make certain." Yeah, the historical ones are pretty cool too. Jeff likes watching the ones with the historical ones. And the historical ones that he likes watching is how to rebuild a house, how to do this, how to do that, hunting, those different things. So yeah, we watch those type of videos. He likes watching more of the historical ones. He's what you call borderline historic history buff.
Yeah.
And me, I like watching. There's a couple different ones I like watching. One is like, if you go back in time, would you have married this man, or would you have stayed with this man, or what would you have done differently? Or if you were going to do this, what would you have done differently? Those type. Like one was about a hurricane. I was watching one about a hurricane, and they threw the girl out into the hurricane and um wanted her to die. You know what I mean? And what happened is instead of her dying in her reborn area, she went somewhere else. She had won a lottery. She actually had won a lottery, um, and she lived. And the ones who got seriously injured were the people who threw her out.
I think the most vicious ones was that woman who, after she saved her daughter, threw her off a balcony.
Yeah, those are vicious. There are some vicious ones too. I like the ones about the exams for some odd reason. Or another one is their boyfriend, uh, goes on to this, what is it called? Goes on to these senior trips and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? And they, instead of her being in a accident, I'm talking about the author of the one that got reborn. Instead of her being in the accident, it's her boyfriend and their lover that gets into the accidents. Those I have been watching quite a bit of. But my favorite is actually like watching other mangas. But these are quite interesting, is all I'm saying. I know they're not real. I know they can't be real. But they're interesting. Wow, I'm going fast and yet I'm going slow. Mm. And yeah, that's some of the shows I've been watching. And then I've also been playing a game called Dragon City. Um, but that is just a computer game. I play that one.
Dragon Pokemon.
Jeff calls it Dragon Pokemon, but it's not really Pokemon. But yeah. The other one we play together is one called, well, other than Shop Titans, what's the other one, honey?
Township.
Township. We play Township, where we pass over cards and do different things. That's kind of fun. Just remember, this is about as long as my this is going to be a long one because I want it to fit just perfect, if it makes sense. So yeah. Today my husband and I are actually going to try and find out if we can find a place to stay, because it's better if you don't, you know, you want to make certain you have the place to stay before you. Jeff, I'm having a hard time speaking for some. We want to book. We want to book a place to stay. We found out that the holiday they have what you call school holidays, and you need to beat that school holidays before you book the place, or you have to book the place before they take over. Because school holidays is around the same timing as our feast day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be fun. So right now I'm doing what you call a, this is a shell right here. Yes, it is. We should do it at 2 months or 3 months ahead, but we didn't do it. So we're trying to get it done a month ahead. Because we don't know where we want to go 2 or 3 months ahead. We talk about it, but we don't know where we want to go. And then we finally, it's only a month ahead, and we're like, okay, it's time to book. That's what happens. Am I right, honey?
Yeah, there's that, but there's also the fact that with things getting dearer, it takes us longer to save up, so it ends up being closer to the actual time.
Yeah.
So that's an issue.
That is an issue.
But realistically, we can do it on our own land once we get our land.
Once we get our own land going, we can actually we plan on getting one of those, what are they called? Yurts. We plan on getting one of those yurts and setting it up for visitors or for us to sleep in during Sukkot. That's one of the other things we plan on doing. But we need to get out of here. We need to get out of my father-in-law's place. It's driving both Jeff and I crazy. If that makes sense. Yeah, 5. So this is technically what you call a flower of some sort, if I do it just right. And I just love that flower of some sort, so I decided to go with the flower. And I think that will look really pretty, but I am definitely going to be putting on an undershirt or an undergarment under this kaftan. It probably will be like something white. I don't think I'm going to wear black because black will make it too warm for me. So if I wear white, it reflects against it. Am I right there?
Correct there.
Yeah. But I fell in love with this pattern. It's one I made before. It's on a beautiful shawl of mine. Well, yeah, scarf, shawl, whatever you call it. And I was like, oh, I fell in love with it. And I asked the person who made the pattern originally, can I use this pattern for my beautiful crocheted, what is it called? Kaftan? And she said, yeah. Are you going to tell people, what is it she asked? Is it just for you or is it going to be for everyone else? And I'm like, it's going to only be for me. I'm going to be wearing the kaftan. She goes, yeah, you can do that. So I was like, okay, thank you. Hi, how are you doing, Crochet Cove? I am making a beautiful kaftan. This is my very, very first garment.
Meaning the very first one that you've made on here.
No, very first garment as in, this is going to be a true garment.
Oh, okay.
Shawls are garments. Yes! I make prayer shawls lots of times. But, yeah. I usually play games, but my gaming is right now, until further notice at the moment, it's halted. Does that make sense? So I'm not doing gaming right now. But yeah, I'm doing crochet and I'm making a beautiful kaftan. And this is all out of cotton. The type is this one right here, Abbey Road. And it's Pushtop. Pushtop. Yeah, they're technically. Oh, okay, not a problem. Thanks for joining. So yeah, I'm making a caftan right now. It's gonna take me a while, cause what I plan on doing is when it gets to the half mark, I'm gonna make the neck. So I'm gonna count inward and count outward and make certain I get the right size for the neck. And then I'm going to keep crocheting down. Now, how am I going to? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting crochet for me. I've made blankets. I've made, well, baby blankets. But my very first, my very first garment is this one, and I hope it turns out really well. That's my goal. So it's the caftan. But I'm going to have to make an undergarment, like hand sew a undergarment to go under the caftan. And I'm thinking of white or creamy color. But we'll see. I still don't quite know how to make amigurumi. I'm sure there's a few people that do, but I don't. I would love to learn, but it's a little bit of hard work. Oh, goody. We're getting closer to the end of the first row or second row. So what I did is I crocheted this length of so yeah, I crocheted a double crochet all the way across, and then now I'm just doing this gorgeous what you call flower like look. Right now, a lot of people are doing granny squares. They have like this one's called the granny square. The granny square. Everyone's doing granny square. They call it the granny square day or whatever. I do have granny squares. I can do, but I decided to go with this because I really wanted to start working on my caftan. I think Jeff understands that. And that's when there's several ways of making jewelry. There are several ways of making garments. One is hand sewing machine. Another is knitting, which I'm very, and another crochet. I don't think there's any tatting ones. I don't know, but I definitely know hand sewing or sewing on a sewing machine, knitting, and crocheting garments. Lots of times people are making like jumpers. That's what my husband calls them, are jumpers. I call them sweaters, but they're jumpers here in Australia. And yeah. Now, like I told you, this is not a tutorial. I'm just saying what I'm doing. One time I made a shawl. Well, what Crochet Cove said. Shawls are technically accessories. Well, they can be a little bit like a garment. It depends on how you make the shawl. But yeah, accessories. So I'm using the color, like I said, is Pushtop. It's technically a multicolored one. It goes green, then purple, then light purple, then back to green, light green, then dark blue or whatever. So that's what I'm doing. And I'll be working on this pretty much every Monday. I think that's what I'm going to do. I need to get this done. I need to start working on my caftan and not keep uh there's a certain word everyone uses in Britain or in not Britain. Is it Britain
I
or
don't know.
England?
Well, those, while not exactly interchangeable, mean more or less the same thing.
They call it waffling, meaning
Ah, yeah.
waffling meaning I think
You go on and you don't make no sense.
is that what waffling means?
They continually talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and it's very superficial.
Yeah.
It's filler.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is not waffling, it's basically telling you what I'm making. But I really wanted to make a caftan. It's my very first garment, true garment. Kaftan is actually a dress of some sort. So I'm just checking it. I know it's getting closer to fall or autumn over in America. It's getting closer to it. Uh,
I'm falling faster and faster. Oh no, wrong fall. No time at all.
And I know for a fact that over here the magpies are starting to nest because they are starting to do their little.
Organizing their strategic.
They're organizing their strategic swoopings.
Right, I say we do these lot over here.
Yep.
Sort them out.
Yep, they're doing their strategic swoopings. They haven't started yet, but they're getting their little bodies ready for it.
Painting their helmets.
Yeah, everyone's
Loading
starting to
up
get
their
their,
ammunition.
and everyone's starting to set up their helmets with little
And put eyes on the back of their heads.
eyes on the back of their heads and things like that.
Zip ties on.
Zip ties on the helmets. So if you're riding a bike, you have a helmet, but your helmet has those zip ties on it. So if the bird decides to swoop you, you're not going to get injured.
Well, not as easily.
Not as easily. And if you have sunglasses in the back of your head and you have your glasses in the front of your head, then the birds won't swoop you or something like that. That's one thing about magpies I don't like. I haven't had anyone swoop me because I always threaten them. Go ahead, ask my husband on that one. I'll always threaten them. I said, if you swoop me, you're dead. Not a joke. I'll tell them that. If you swoop me, you're dead. And then the other season is the snakes are also hatching. The snakes are hatching and gonna have baby snakes. Slithering past and all that.
It's slithering past.
I did say slithering.
I know. I just had to add the extra S's because it's a snake.
True. So yeah, that's another thing is they're getting out of brumation or whatever you call it.
Hibernation.
Hibernation, but they call it brumation.
Oh,
Brumation.
that's right. Yeah, you've been watching that snake channel.
Yeah, I watch the snake channel, so yeah. And they teach you what it's really called is brumation. It's not hibernation. Um, the flies come back. Lovely things. Um, and the midges come back. Hate those things. They bite. Um, midges are like little. I wouldn't say gnats, but they're like little moths. Not technically, but they look like little moths, but they're not. And they bite. They bite bad. Jeff and I don't like them, so we keep the doors closed. We keep the windows closed. We keep our doors shut. We do everything we can possibly do to keep them out of our room. And the mosquitoes come back.
They don't want you to exist. Go away.
Although mosquitoes come during winter too, which is kind of strange.
Mm-hmm.
But the mosquitoes come back. So we don't get the snow over here in Queensland.
It's against their religion.
Jeff says it's against their religion.
Oh well, it's against Queensland constitution.
Is that what it says in the Constitution?
It should.
It says that,
but
huh?
It should. Snow. Get thee unto New South Wales, because it was written in the 18th century. Get thee unto New South Wales. Begone,
Yeah.
thou town full of snow. Thou art not welcometh.
So we never had any snow, but oh my word, did we have some very cold weather here. I mean cold. No rain. Well, we had a few rains, but no major rains.
No, long may she reign.
So,
Although some people did say that about the Queen, so I guess stop dropping things, whoever that was.
I didn't do nothing. So, yeah, Jeff and I are talking about a few things, and this time I think the first goal is get out of here. Literally, get out of here.
We gotta get out of this place.
Yes, that's the perfect song.
It's the last thing we ever do. We gotta get out of this place. Go with a better life for me and you.
Yep. So, that is a goal of ours. We've been discussing what we want to do, how to get out of here. We are planning on getting a gorgeous, comfortable bathtub. It's not really a bathtub. It's one of those stand-up bathtubs that you can actually, not stand up, but
Wait, we plan? Oh, that's right.
it's like a Japanese bathtub,
It is.
but it opens in the front, so it's for like handicap, for different things. So yeah. And that's what's going on there. It costs about $7,000 to get it. But once we get it, we can take a shower or we can take a bath in it. The shower, the good news is you can sit down in it. And I mean sit down. Not sit down and lay down. I mean sit down like, you know how you can sit in a seat? A regular seat?
Mm-hmm. I know.
Pardon me.
You are pardon.
Thank you, dear.
Anytime.
So, yeah, it's think of a jacuzzi. That's the best way to explain it. Think of a jacuzzi. In a jacuzzi, you can sit down, like actually sit down on a seat. Well, this is what that bath does, is you can sit down on a seat. And it's not a jacuzzi, but best way to explain it is that you can sit down on a seat and you can take a bath. You don't fall, you don't sit down where you can't get up. It's going to be that type of bath. So it's going to be a nice one. That's our plans. We also plan on putting everything in a trust. Am I right, hon?
Yeah, we're leaning that way, shall we say?
Yeah, we're leaning that way. And it's going to be under my name, not under his.
Mm-hmm.
So no one can take our vehicles, take anything. No one can do it. It's going to be under my name, not my husband's. See, the ute that I own is there's a good explanation why it's under my name only. Jeff, you want to explain that?
I didn't have my license on the day, so that's one reason.
Jeff didn't have his license on the day when we got the ute, so I was the only one who had my driver's license. So they decided to put it under my name. In a way, that was actually a blessing in disguise, wasn't it, dear?
It was, dear.
Because no one can take the ute from us.
No, because you're not in debt to anyone.
I'm not indebted to anyone in Australia. And Jeff is going to do the same with the land. It's going to be under my name.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to sign it over to me.
Yeah.
Not that we aren't going to be on it together, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Then they can't go and take the land from my husband. He'll own nothing.
And be happy.
Jeffrey Raymond.
Sorry for that little bit of advertising for WEF.
Yeah, okay, that was fun. I'm like, wait a minute. Why did you do that?
You said the first part of it.
I know I said the first part, but that's not... Wrinkles my nose.
Say the quiet part out loud, why don't you? You horrible, horrible people.
I definitely do that, man.
We do with.
That's all. So yeah, Jeff is planning on signing it under my name or putting it in a
We
trust.
sometimes joke about something is against our religion, but it really is in this case.
Yeah, but we want to prevent anyone from taking our land and taking our stuff. So, best way to do it is to put your wife or put whoever is not indebted on the lease. Well, not the lease, but on the land or on different things. So, we've been discussing that, my husband and I both. And since I don't have any debt in Australia, no one can take it away.
Correct.
No, what is it called? No, nobody can take anything away. So that's our goal. So this kaftan is going to be very pretty when it's all done. Do you like the coloring? This is what it looks like. And as you can tell, it just goes into different colors. First it's like a dark purple, and then it goes into a light purple, and then it goes into a green, then it goes into a blue.
keeps going and going and going.
Oh, it's gonna be quite pretty when it's all done. So, yeah, that's one thing Jeff and I are thinking about doing. I think it's necessary to put it under my name. That way, no one from the government can take it away from my husband. So, we seriously been thinking about that,
Mm-hmm.
talking about it and praying on it. And let's see, one, huh? I mean, that's okay if it does that, but huh? Sorry, I'm just thinking here. One more. Then we do one right here. And then we do one right there. And it finishes it off. I mean, it's okay if I do it that way. I think I'll do it that way. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. And we'll go to the half mark. And it stops it right there. That looks good.
Does he do that ad? They're trying to sell some kind of insurance,
I don't know.
and the guy's sounding so cheerful. I said, I'm going to quote in the tone as word for word as I can. And let's say you're diagnosed with a terminal illness. Oh, yay, a terminal illness! No! That sounds so cheerful about people getting diagnosed with terminal illnesses. That's terrible. You're a horrible, horrible person. Go away.
Okay. Then we got it all ready. Now, is this going to be mistakes? Maybe. I might make some mistakes.
It's okay to make mistakes.
Yeah,
as long
it's
as you
okay.
erase them afterwards.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm terrible. Still
Yes,
terrible.
you are. But I love you. Okay, that looks good. Then you go past that and you do 3. So, yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's why it's not looking right to me. I have to go all the way across and then go back to the thing I was doing. Yeah, that makes sense. And then just do all the way across. A double crochet all the way across. For a second, I forgot what I was doing. Yep, all the way across. So you want to do double crochet all the way across. Don't do anything else but do it all the way across. Or was it a single crochet? I think we agreed on a single crochet. Why am I doing a double?
Nobody knows.
I think we agreed on a single crochet. All the way across. Yeah, that's what I'm after, is single crochet all the way across. Still feel I messed up on this. Maybe that way. Yeah, that's better. Single crochet all the way across. That looks better. I'm like looking at it and I'm like, why isn't it looking like the way I want it to? So crochet, single crochet all the way across, don't do double. Single crochet all the way across. And then you do, then you go back to doing what you were doing before. And then you keep going across. Yeah, that looks much better. Much better. For a second, I thought I messed up on it, but I didn't. Yay! I didn't mess up. So yeah, that's what's going on there, honey. Oh, you're still playing your game.
I can do something else. What would you like?
Look up that one place we told you about last night. I have the link. You can grab too.
Do you mean where we're interested in going?
Mm-hmm. See if you can set it up. And as you can tell, you can see that it's starting to look like there's a fan right there. But trust me, it'll look really good once it's done. But right now, it looks like it's blah. Just trust the process.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm doing a single crochet all the way across. And then we're going to go back to doing double crochet. And fans. When you agree, dear.
Works for me, dear.
So yeah, that's some of the things we plan on doing. If we can get ourselves out of here, we can have our own home. We can have our own chicken coop. That's a lot better. The girls will be very happy because they can run around without having to worry about no fence. Our neighbors, for a fact, has two dogs that love to run on our land
Mm-hmm.
in the place we are going to be moving to. And we need to put fencing up so they can't come in. That will make our girls happy because they can run around wherever they want to go. And they'll have plenty of food. Well, we plan on growing chickweed and a few other things that will make them happy. We also plan on growing their own foods. What is that one food, honey, I'm thinking of?
I don't know, duck pond stuff.
Well, yeah, duckweed.
Do you mean the bugs?
The bugs is the one I was thinking of.
Soul fly larvae.
Yeah, black soldier fly larvae. So they have. We found out that black soldier fly larvae have calcium in it,
Mm-hmm.
and that helps their egg production a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what Jeff and I figured out.
All good things.
All good for everybody, and good for us. That looks much better. So yeah, and Jeff and I are we've been talking about different things that we want to do. But first things first, we got to get out of here. Literally. Not saying we're going crazy, but let's just say we're not. I won't say we're insane, but I'll just say that we're not doing too hot. Just staying here all this time. It's almost like we're stuck. Does that make sense? Has anyone ever felt stuck? Like literally 100% stuck? Day in and day out? That's how Jeff and I feel right now.
Mm-hmm.
We feel stuck.
All because of lies told.
All because of lies that was told. All because of a promise that never was kept. So.
And when I confronted the person about it, he had the hide to call me a liar.
Yeah.
And went and got a book where he recorded things in, which proved he was the liar.
Yep.
And it's just that he's gone freaking loopy and doesn't understand what he's talking about.
Yep. Yep.
I've seen I'll listen to him.
No, but the thing is, I think the reason why he's become senile is the fact that he lied so much.
Mm-hmm.
And day in and day out, we always hear the clicking of the tongue every single day,
Mm-hmm.
every single hour, every single minute. And Jeff and I are like, oh. We're trying to be good, and we're not trying to make a big deal about it all. But it gets tiring. Not sure anyone goes through that, but it gets so tiring. Sorry. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing what I'm doing, so I'm like. But that's what's going on. Jeff and I are talking about getting two new computers when everything's said and done. We are trying to get our business up and running. The shed we have put on the land at my father-in-law's has 2 dents in it.
More than 2.
3 dents in it. 3 dents in it. Meaning it buckled inward Like
Yeah,
it,
because there was a serious windstorm the day
because of
after we,
this,
or 2 days after we put it up.
there was two serious windstorms that made it buckle even more.
And it almost never does that here.
Yeah,
Well, I suppose it's better that it happened just after we put it up rather than figure it out later.
yeah. So Jeff and I are thinking about getting what you call sleepers. Sleepers are in Australia. The
Call them railway sleepers. Use the
railway,
full name. It's like saying a salty when what you mean is a saltwater crocodile.
yeah,
Use
railway sleepers. It's wood that you put down on for railways. Well, we're using it to fix a shed back up. That's our goal. Because that is going to help us get the business started for the black soldier fly larvae once we can get that fixed. And as you can tell, you can see the don't you love the coloring? I just love this coloring. So it goes light green, sorry, goes light green to a light purple to a light blue, and then it goes to a dark purple, which is right here. So you see the light purple right here, and then you see a dark purple right here. Love this one. It's called Push Top. It's it's by Abbey Road. It's sunshine cotton, and it is absolutely stunning. And I decided I'm going to make this today because I needed to keep my hands busy, and since I can't play games, which I wanted to do, I'm going to change it over to just crochet. Isn't it? It's such beautiful colors. It is. It's such beautiful colors. I was planning on making what you call a fingerless gloves. Started working on it, and then I'm like, it didn't turn out right. Then someone suggested making the ribbing first, and then make this fingerless gloves, and it'll turn out fine. I've never done that, so I have to look and watch a video of how to do that. If no one knew this, I'm a visual audio learner, meaning if someone shows me how to do things, I learn pretty quickly. But if you don't show me, it's like, so I go from visual audio learner, then to kinesthetic. Because once you show me how to do something, I usually keep it remembered. Probably not making sense here, but my memory is a lot better if I'm shown and learning. So let's say someone's teaching me how to crochet a certain way. Once they teach me how to do it, it's like, oh, so that's how you do it. And visual audio. There's three ways of learning. One is visual, another is audio, and the last one is kinesthetic. Now, for me, it's visual audio together. Once someone shows me how to do something, I learn pretty quickly. Once someone has me doing it. After I watch the visual audio, then I'll do the kinesthetic. So that's how. So sometimes I go run to YouTube to get ideas of how to crochet a certain thing or sew a certain thing, or you know. But this is looking really pretty. I am getting excited to see how this will all turn out, but we'll see. We'll see. I have plenty of yarn. I have 6. This has 100 grams. There's 210 meters per ball. So I go with the meters per ball. This has a whole lot of meterage. And then I go and I look at it and say, okay, will this make at least, how much will this make? Will this at least make half of it? And do I need to get more meterage of the same ball? And those are things I think about, because crocheting does take a little bit of time. Thank you. Do not do that to me. But Audie, you know that it takes time sometimes to work with crochet. Like, you have to figure out how many balls of yarn do I need. I don't use cakes. I make them into balls, which is not a lie, because I have here. This is how much ball. This is how much ball I have with 200 meters. Now, plus whatever is on this. This is how big the ball is when it's by itself, and you make it into a ball. Some people call them cakes. I call them balls. Balls of yarn. But once you're making, yeah, math is inescapable. True. True. I have some people who want shawls made, and the shawl I'm planning on making, like for a friend of mine, I'm making a special shawl for her later on. But I really wanted to start. And the thing is, here's one thing. You have what you call whips, which is work in progresses. I have, which I'm doing really well with it, by the way. I have work in progress in a blanket, which is a queen size blanket. I have work in progresses in a couple of shawls. In Diamond Arts, I have work in progresses in at least 7, which I haven't gotten back to because I can't find them at the moment. Smart. In resin, I have work in progresses in at least 3 of them. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't like how certain of the resins, like I didn't do very well with the resin. It made it extremely soft. I don't know how to explain it. Like, let's say we have this one right here. This right here. This one doesn't have that little movable part to it. But if you take, let's say we go over to this one. I think these are the ones. They might not be. No, they are not bendable. The ones that are bendable I don't think these are either. No, they don't feel bendable. Um, I have I have some that are bendable. I don't know where I put them. Don't like them one bit. Okay, these are bendable. See, these are flexible, bendable, whatever you call it. They didn't come out the way I wanted them to. So what do I do with these? You ask. I haven't made a choice of what I'm going to do with them, but they're not bendable. They're bendable, and I don't like when they're bendable because they can't be bendable when I'm making the things. So that's what I'm explaining about the bendable. So I have some fells. When you're working with resin, you have fells, and that's one of my fells. I usually put them in my fell bucket saying I felled on this. I don't know what to do about it because they didn't come out right. The reason why they're bendable could possibly be a couple reasons. One, I didn't put the ratio correctly. Would you agree, hon?
Possible.
Or two, it was just too cold. It was too cold to fix it up, and I don't have any way. Or three, there's way too many bubbles in it. That's another one that can make it bendable. So yeah. And you live and you learn. You live and you learn. It's the same way with making jewelry. I crochet jewelry. But yeah, it's crud. So I have a lot of work in progresses. Also, there's work in progresses in my Cricut work I do. I made a cool little box for something. Jeff can tell you this. I made a cool little box
For a present.
For a present. And it said, open with caution.
And a cartoon bomb on it.
With a cartoon bomb on it. Open with caution. My brother-in-law laughed at that one. That was his present, and he laughed at it. It was kind of cute, cutesy. Ah, there we go. So yeah, I want to be well-rounded in not crafts, but in different things, because then I can say, well, I can do this, 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 and this. You know? I have a pure silk. It's, you've heard of what is it called? Those robes? They're not really robes, but they're robes. In Japanese, the Japanese robes. I have 100% silk robes that I'm planning on making into a couple of beautiful Hebrew robes, if that makes sense. Those are my goals. I also have to take care of a couple of bills, close off some things. Like, I used to be on Shine On. I have to close them down. I have to close another place and another place down. Because Jeff and I are right now working on saving up to get out of here. Like Jeff and I were saying, something has to jive. Something has to happen. Get us out of this situation. 4 years is too long. When you agree, Audie? 4 years is way too long to be stuck. So, Jeff and I are going to change things around. So, yeah, I think I'm going to be closing off a few things that I've been helping out with and saying no to them. Like Shine On, I'm going to cancel whatever membership I had with Shine On. Yeah, we need to get out of here. We need to get into our own home, into our own land. Get rid of the. Jeff and I are not going to mow lawns. I know it sounds weird, but we don't want to mow. Yep, we have to. But we also are going to move. We also are going to transfer the land to me, just me. That way, if the courts decide to try and take something, they can't take it if it's under my name. If it's under Jeff's name, yes. But if it's under my name, no. I'm legally married to him, but does not mean if he signs it over to me, then, they can't touch it. They can't take it away. I think that's what Jeff and I did a study on and figured out. He can confirm or deny, but I think that's what we figured out. Right, dear? I also have been knitting. Surprise, surprise. I do know how to knit, but I only know how to do what you call the straight knitting. I don't know the purls. And no, I don't know how to make socks. If I did, I would be making socks for my husband. Pure cotton. I also plan on doing a headscarf or whatever you call it, where I cover my hair with, in the same color to correspond with the outfit I'm making. And I think a caftan would be kind of pretty. What do you guys think? So now it turned into a light blue. I'll show you. Do you see that? Do you see that light blue right there? It turned. So what it did was I had it a light purple, and then it turned into a light blue, and then I'll turn into a dark, like a lighter to a green, and then I'll turn into a very light green. Um, I do love this coloring. Most of the reason I love this coloring is it has blue in it. And I made Jeff a hat. He actually loves my hat that I made him. I could show it to you. I hand crocheted him a beautiful, comfortable hat. Almost looks very professional. Almost. Jeff can confirm if he wants to get me his hat. I didn't make a scarf. We had cold days, and I was like, oh, he's going to need a nice hat to keep him warm. So I made him a beautiful hat. And that one took me about 2 weeks to do because I was learning how to do it correctly. And plus I put a nice ribbing to it. Now the ribbing was actually out of crochet. It was not out of knitting. It was actual 100% crochet. And I was shown how to do the ribbing, so it turned out really good, I think. Jeff can confirm when he has a chance. Jeffrey, where is your hat? Thank you, baby. So I can show you exactly what the hat looks like and show you the ribbing. I know, dear.
I'll check this place first.
But he actually really loves his new hat. This is one that I made him. And if you look, I made the ribbing. You see that ribbing right here? That was all by crochet, hand crocheting. And this is his hat. It's nice and soft and gentle on his head. And it has a unique type of pattern going up. It just has this little but if you look, here's you go back stitching all the way up. And that's his hat. He loves it. He wears it all the time. I even have it set up where you can see where the back end is. It has that little stitching going upwards. And he just loves it. So this is my husband's handmade hat by his wife. I think I did pretty good. What do you think? And there's plenty of room. It won't hurt his head. It's not tight, like overly tight. He likes it real loose. Right there?
Prefer it loose, yeah.
Here you go.
Those types of hats, anyway.
So that was what I made him. So do I crochet a lot? Yes. Do I love crocheting? Yes. I've made shawls for people. I'm working. This is not a shawl. This is a kaftan. This is my first. Audie, would you agree? This is my very first garment. Very first garment. It's going to take a while. I know for a fact it's going to take a while. Might have to get more of this yarn just in case I miscounted. Because this is going to take a while. I thought about making a skirt, but I was like, no, skirt is, I really need a full kaftan. And the kaftan is going to cover from head to toe. Meaning from my ankle, the lowest ankle, to my neck, back to the ankle. So it's, but the thing is, in the middle, I'm going to find the middle of this, and in the middle we'll have an area, and I definitely need to have the same dye lot. That's why I want to make certain I have enough Abbey Roads. And this is called Pushtop. I'm using a ergonomic. This is an ergonomic crochet needle, crochet hook. Why do I call it a crochet needle? but an ergonomic crochet hook, and it's a size 4 mm, which is a 4 mm. I don't know what that is in A, B, C, D, E, F, G's. Don't know. I just know it's millimeter or MMs, because that's what it says. 4.0 mm. You're lumping the crafts together? Huh? What do you mean? Lumping. So yeah, I have a whole lot of yarn that I need to use, but this is going to be made into a caftan. Caftan is going to be humongous. It's going to kind of remind you of a blanket. Oh, G6. Ah, so it's a G6. Okay. I didn't know what a 4 mm was. So yeah.
4 millimeters actually tells you what it is, though, to be honest.
Doesn't say G6 on it.
My point being is that 4 millimeters is an actual measurement that you can work with.
Yeah. Like my husband said, 4 millimeters is an actual measurement I can work with. You know what's hilarious? When I'm trying to knit, yeah, metric is better. My fingers. Okay, if you're wondering how I'm holding the yarn, oh, thank you. The yarn, I have a certain way I hold the yarn. But when it comes to knitting, I can't seem to hold the yarn at all very well. It's totally different. And I do my what is it called? My slip stitch, not slip stitch. It's something when you start crocheting with it. Okay, I'll show you what I mean. Take a breather for that for just a second. Let's say I wanted to make a so how I do my over and under, and that's how I do it. And that's how I make my stitch. So when I'm starting to stitch, I take my hand, I have my hand like this, I wrap it around, wrap it over to this side. So, but it took me a long time to learn it, but I have a certain way I do it, and then I go under, over, pull through. So starting on crochet. That's for me. Now, others have their own way of doing things. I do it a certain way. It's the easiest way for me. And then back to how I hold my yarn. I hold my yarn. Here's my pinky. Here's the strand going over like this. I wrap my pinky over, hold it like that, and there you got it. I don't know why I can't do it with the I really don't know why I can't do it with a knitting. Knitting is totally different. I can't seem to hold the yarn. If that makes sense. When I try and knit, I don't know how to knit and hold the yarn at the same time. It's weird. But when it comes to crochet, it's like boom, 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 boom. I hold it and it just lightly goes past my, I mean, it flows. Go figure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jeff says there's one thing he doesn't like about crochet.
I'm just jealous because I can't do it.
No, there's another reason.
Oh, it unravels way too easily.
Repeat that loud enough for them to hear.
I said it unravels way too easily.
Yep, that's exactly what he said. It unravels way too easily for him. And I'm like, not really? I think knitting unravels a lot faster than crochet.
You all say that, but it doesn't change the facts.
So yeah, I do enjoy crocheting, and the thing is, it's just very relaxing. If I'm very over, it's not overstimulated, but if I'm over angry or over frustrated or anything, Jeff can tell you the very first thing I go to, other than taking a shower, is
Well, you crochet things.
I crochet, and it calms me down. It's just I have my hand moving. I keep myself from doing anything stupid, and I create. I guess you could say crochet is like art. I create art. Not sure. Is it art?
It's craft.
It's a craft. It's an art. It's yarn art. I guess you could say. But you can make it into anything you want. It's the same way with hand sewing. I actually hand sew my own clothing. Right now trying to decide how I want to make the bloomers. I've decided one thing on the bloomers. I am going to. It's a creation. Exactly. It's creating a garment. It's creating a blanket. It's creating. It's basically something that is usable. Something very usable. Now, I don't make amigurumi. Quite don't know how to make amigurumi. Plus, I don't have those eyes that you can stick into the amigurumi. So, yeah, I don't have amigurumi. But, yeah. I love how that's turning out. So pretty. I'm not sure how I took to crochet originally. Once I learned how to truly crochet, my very first crochet, and I mean my very, very first crochet, um, one was too tight. Does that make sense? When you're first crocheting, you do it too tightly. You don't want to lose any of the stitches. I don't know how to explain it. Second is I didn't know about the ability to. I'll show you what I mean. You know how I was working on this at this end? I'll explain it. You're supposed to do like a stitch or two stitches and then turn. I didn't know about that. So when I was crocheting, when I first learned how to crochet, I did crochet, but it wasn't what you call the most prettiest thing. You make mistakes when you first learn. You make a lot of mistakes. It's it's easier than knitting in my mind because it's just one crochet hook. One crochet hook and it's easier than knitting, if that makes sense. Knitting, you use two knitting needles. And I don't know how to explain it. Knitting's different from crochet. Seriously, it is. I mean, it's still using yarn. And some days you might want to learn how to knit. I have learned. I haven't learned the purl. Purl's pretty hard for me. I do what you call a knit stitch, and that's it. I'm making a washcloth. Not a washcloth for a wash. I'm talking about dishcloth, washcloth, that type of thing. Another thing I love about crocheting is that you can even crochet granny squares and turn the granny squares into a blanket if you wish. They make the best blankets, by the way. Granny squares. So you want to go under. No. You're supposed to grab it. There you are. Now what I'm talking about is I used to so that ended it right there. Now now I do what you call it. Sorry. So what I'm trying to do here is I'll do one single crochet here. This is called a standing single crochet or a standing double crochet. Then I'll go up one, pull through both loops, and yeah, and then you just turn it this way, and then you go back to what you were doing before. Now what I'm making here is the same setup before, and I go 1, 2, and then I go over here and I do 3. I do 5 double crochets. Actually, I need to do three crochets on this side. Yeah, 3 double crochets on this side. So you want 3 double crochets on this side. Okay, because what I'm aiming for is 1, 2. One, 2, and then you go 5 double crochets right here. Let me see. Yeah, 5 double crochets right in here. And that starts it right into the middle. And you want 5 double crochets right here. I'm on number 4, and then we do number 5. And then what we do here, as you can tell, it leaves a little bit of a like flower look. You can see the little stem right there and the flower. And then you do 1, 2, and you do a single double crochet right here. and then you do 1, 2, and then you do 5 double crochets all the way across. And then you go back to 1, 2, and you just count back and forth until you have this look. And I'll show you the look. So if you look at it, it has sorry. If you look at it, it has that right there. It has a single crochet. This one right here has one right here, and it goes right in here. And then you go 1, 2, and you want to go right in the middle of the crochet right here. And that's the stem, and that makes the flower. And if you look right here, I'll turn it this way so you can see it. If you look right here, on the very bottom, right here, has a stem. Do you see it? Same situation here. Stem. So that's the design. Design. That's the design I'm trying to go for. Did you see it? 1, 2. But that's the design I'm going for. I think it'll be kind of pretty. I came upon this design when I was doing a testing for somebody. Fell in love with the design. Fell in love with it. Didn't I, honey?
You did. Absolutely fabulous.
I was like, I asked her, I go, can I possibly use that design for my dress? And she goes, is it just for you or is it for everyone else? And I'm like, it's just for me. Trust me, it's going on my dress. And yeah, it's a little different from her design, but it's still the same design. But you can kind of see the effects of the flower. If you look right here, just so you can see the effects. If you take this part and this part off, you can see the flower. Wouldn't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Right here. If you take part and this part off, you can see the flower. Would you agree too, Audie? And how did that happen? Hide. So that's what I'm aiming for. Is like a flower look. And I think that will make this dress really pretty. So 1, 2, and you can see the flower. Yeah, and that's what I was after, is to have that design of the flower. Because I wanted that the design of the flower to be the big key here. And it's 5 double crochets, and then you go one single double crochet, but you count 1, 2, and you go right into the middle right here to a single double crochet. Then you go 1, 2, and you go right here into a double 5 double crochets. And then you get like this pattern of a gorgeous flower design. At least that's what I call it, a gorgeous flower design. But it does take a while for it to get done. And I do like it. And then you do a single double crochet. And then you go back to a 5 double crochets, making the fan. But it helps build the not the suspense, but it helps build up the flower look. Fell in love with this pattern when I saw it. I was like, oh yeah, I want that pattern for my caftan.
I'm waiting for my clothes and stuff to all be done before I, and then
So that is that. And I can see it coming out. Has that beautiful look of a flower. And I think that will be very pretty when it's all done. And I think my husband will think it's very pretty.
Gonna do some shopping.
Yeah.
Okay. And back to that. Yeah, they're blooming. And this is going to be something I'm going to wear during Sukkot. That's my goal. Hoping to wear this for Sukkot. The only thing I don't know quite how to do is put them all together when the time comes. Don't know. Haven't figured that one out. Would you agree, dear?
Not quite yet.
If it's a kaftan, you have to sew it or crochet it where it's holding it in place, if that makes sense. And then you have to, yeah. So that's my goal. Let's get it nice and, not fluffy, but nice and into a beautiful kaftan. That's my goal. It's going to take a little bit of crocheting to do that. People don't realize, people when you do pricing, people don't realize, oh, you use this, you use that, but they don't realize it takes all your time. It's the same way with making jewelry. It takes all your time. You make the decision of the design, and it takes time to make the jewelry. It takes time to make the kaftan. It takes time to do this. I do have a sewing machine, But my sewing machine right now is packed. So I can't use my sewing machine to sew like I want to sew. So it takes time to make your own clothes and outfits. I usually do the hand sewing because, one, I know with the sewing machine, sometimes those threads break. They're not, I don't have what you call a, what are those things called? A serger. I don't have a serger. I can't afford one. I don't have, I have a good sewing machine, don't get me wrong, but I don't have a serger where it serges off and cuts it off for me. I don't have that. I'm checking to make certain I'm on the right one, and then I go and put it into the little slot I need it in, and it's back to the single crochet. Then I go back to this little slot and do 5 double crochets, making the fan. Now, I don't know how many this will do. Just one ball. I have no clue. I'm just gonna go with what I got, and hopefully I have enough to make my caftan. I'm looking at everything and I'm like, maybe not. I don't know. But I plan on making an undershirt or an undergarment to go underneath this so they, like, not a slit per se, but one that, keeps me modest, if that makes sense. Would you agree, dear?
That's the plan.
So what I'm thinking of is like an undergarment, like it covers your arms. That would mean I have to hand sew something. And it goes all the way down to my ankles. So that's my goal. It's looking pretty though. I have to admit, I like the coloring. I like the look of it. I wish this would not keep hitting this mouse that keeps trying to say, oh, you want to do this? No. Then back to 5 double crochets. Now I do it a little different than what someone else did because of the fact that I add a single crochet all the way across, and then I do the pattern. But you can get an idea of what this looks like if you take this part off and you just look at this and you put that together, you can see the beautiful bloom. At least that's what I think. Would you agree, dear?
Let's have a proper look. Can we see it?
Yeah, if you look at it really closely and you take this part and this part off,
yeah,
you can see the beautiful bloom.
Little pattern in there.
That's the pattern. Just show Jeff. He's like, let me see it closer. I'm like, okay. So 1, 2, and then we do this. But I learned the pattern. This is actually from a pattern that was tested. And I fell in love with the pattern. I'm like, oh, I'm going to make that into my kaftan. Fell in love with it. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to use that pattern. There was a few patterns I did in one kaftan, and I'm like, ooh, I could use that pattern. Oh, I could use that pattern. I decided this is the pattern I wanted to go with the kaftan. I think this just really brings it out. And you know what's hilarious? When I was growing up, I did not want to wear dresses. Never did. I rebelled big time on wearing dresses. Now it's like, I want to wear dresses all the time. Or, well, they're actually robes, but I want to wear them all the time. Jeff can tell you, I used to not wear dresses. Couldn't stand them. Now it's like, I do it because I want to. But before, it was like, When I was growing up, I wanted to wear pants and shirt. That's all I wanted to wear. Like jeans and shirt. Or sweatpants and shirt. Something nice and comfy. Now it's like, I definitely want to wear dresses. Hard to believe you can go through those little changes. But I did. Went through that change. Been wearing dresses ever since. But Jeff can tell you, when he first met me, did I wear dresses?
Not as much. No.
I would avoid dresses originally. I think it's because of the fact that I was overweight and everything, and I just didn't feel happy with it. Now I look at myself and I'm like, I like wearing dresses now. The first dress, if I remember right, I wore was at our ceremony of our wedding. And I don't think it was tight, was it? It was very loose, actually. Very loose. I didn't like wearing tight stuff. I used to wear jean. One of my favorite outfits I used to wear was a jean jacket. I loved wearing that jean jacket. It was one of my favorites. Don't have it anymore. But I used to wear it a lot. I also have a real leather jacket, and I'm leather closet because I haven't used it because it's not tight on me now, but when I first came to Australia, woo, baby. Oh, I messed up there, didn't I? Glad I caught ya. Somewhere here I messed up. And that happens when you are talking. Yeah, I have a leather jacket with I don't think it's rabbit. I think they said it's fox fur. I don't know. But I still have it to this day. Don't I, baby?
You do, somewhere.
I think it's in the... I think it's in there. I don't know. I'll have to look. Haven't worn it for a while because I was so overweight. It's lost quite a bit of weight since then. Still have a lot of weight to lose. And I'm looking into doing chair exercises. Not sure you ever heard of chair exercises, but just plain chair exercises.
I mean, let's face it, some of the legs on chairs are pretty skinny and they need beefing up. And they need to have some exercises.
Uh-huh.
Exercise your chairs, people, otherwise they'll get skinny.
Uh-huh.
That is what you meant, right?
No, it means you sit in the chair and you exercise in your chair.
Well, that explains why my chair legs have not been getting bigger no matter how much I've done.
Oh, dear.
It's terrible, let me tell you.
Yeah, I can tell.
You think you can get them to do even one sit-up? And I'm like, you're a chair, you should be able to at least sit. And they can, but it's the up that bothers them.
Jeff needs to fix his chair.
Well, there's that.
He really needs to. Jeff needs to fix his chair. So yeah, it's and like I said in the very beginning, I said this is not a tutorial. This is just me not waffling on, but me talking.
Chit-chatting.
Talk.
The affairs of making you talk.
Oh yeah, there are ways.
That's why
Many
German talk
ways.
records are the best.
Many ways of making someone talk.
I was having a problem with my old grandfather clock. It was just going tick, tick, tick. It wouldn't go tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock like it's supposed to. Took it to all these other watchmakers. They couldn't do it. They recommended go to a German one. So I went to a German one. He just walked over in front of it and said, "The affairs of making you talk." And that was that.
That's an odd dad joke. If I ever heard one, that's an odd dad joke. Now, what's hilarious is in September is Father's Day in Australia. So I am doing something nice for my husband for Father's Day. Of course, I'm going to take him out to eat. And then I am going to buy him either a new wallet, which he needs, or something else.
Not especially, but I did notice that, yeah.
And then afterwards, there's going to be the housing with the little growing like solid pine, aren't they?
So yeah, I love how that's turning out. It's looking really pretty. So yeah, I'm telling you what I've done in my past where I used to not wear dresses. Now I'm wearing dresses all the time.
And the preference is to have them in open because insects, grubs and everything generate heat. Yeah. If you have them in a closed container,
and talking about Sukkot, where Jeff and I are going to be going camping. We are going to be camping. We need to camp. We need to get away from the extra noises. We are working toward reaching another goal, but that takes a little bit of time. I'll be moving some stuff onto eBay. That's another goal I have. Trying to sell all these jewelries I've already made and get them out of my house or out of this house and earn some money that way. We'll see how everything goes. So much is going on our end. It's been crazy. But like I said, if you can look at this in the perspective of what I'm trying to show you, over here, just take this little part right here and you can actually see, here, maybe this one. You can see the flower. It's 5 double crochets, 1 single crochet underneath, and it looks like a flower. And I kind of loved it when I saw it. I was like, ooh. This was one of those testers I did, and I was like, ooh, that would look so good as a pattern for a kaftan or something like that. So that's what I'm doing. Now on Friday, I am going to be making another thing. I'm going to be working on the kitsune. The kitsune is a fox with 9 tails on it. Pardon me. Might have to change a few things on Twitch to show that I am now just doing crochet or jewelry or something like that. You know what I mean. So on Wednesdays I do jewelry, but this Wednesday I have something going on. I have to leave early, so I'm going to try and start at 9 o'clock and at 10:30 so I can make it for my appointment at 11. We tried to get it later. We tried so hard. They didn't do it. So. And then we have a few things we have to do. I definitely need to close off a few programs I'm under. One is Shine On, another is another. And shut those down so it doesn't take as much money out of me, if that makes sense. There's only 2 things I don't want to let go of. Actually, 3 things I don't want to let go of. Other than that, I'll let go of the others. There's 3 I do not want to let go of. I did put on hold the Sophie and Toffee. I had to. I don't have the money for it. So we are getting things done as fast as we can. You can tell I'm not overly fast, but I'm fast enough. I'm going to have to cut out the bloomers, get that set up. Oh, and I was talking about bloomers, wasn't I, before? On the bloomers, I plan on having a drawstring instead of elastic, so I can tie it on me instead of having elastic holding it up, if that makes sense. So bloomers, yeah. And that will be an undergarment I'm planning on making. But that one I'm going to hand sew with white thread, because that's the color the bloomers are. I'm using viscose. Viscose is a wood it's made out of wood. What did I do here? Wait a minute. Look at that, guys. I messed up here. Look at that. I messed up. Which means I have to redo the whole thing. Oh well. Not happy about that, but I just found it. And when you make a mistake, you have to fix your mistake. Am I right? Or would you have kept it going? That kind of makes sense that it didn't come out right. It was like, something's wrong here. It's called frogging. I have to frog. Now let me see where that little spot was, because I just saw it. It was over here somewhere.
Guess what?
What?
I have a hot chocolate with marshmallow in it.
Nice. Could you make me one?
I can, but only after I've had mine and after you've finished whatever it is you're doing there.
There it is, right here. I have to fix this whole area right in here because I did a mess up right there. Do you guys see it? It wasn't supposed to be like that. That explains why this other part over here did not turn out right. So I need to take it apart, redo that one section. So much for doing all that and then having to frog it.
Another successful video.
Another successful video. I'm going to sign off shortly. And I just have to fix this up later. But hey,
We blow the frog.
the frog, yeah. I gotta see where I am. How far back are you? Are you over in this little section? How far back are you? Over here. I'm looking for a little piece of wire to tie on or whatever. There. This is to tell me where I need to stop at. And that explains why it didn't look right. Wouldn't you agree? That just tells me where I need to stop at, so yeah. I was so close to getting on to my third row. But of course I had to find a mistake.
Good thing you found it before like the 8th row or something.
Oh my word. Right there. So I'm going to sign off because I'm not frustrated. Yeah, sadness in the kingdom. I'm going back all the way to that one part. Hey, at least I caught it. It wouldn't have looked right, would it? Got it. Right there. So, yeah. I need to pay more closer attention to what I'm doing. There we go. So, if you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please ring the bell so you know when I upload another video. And last but not least, please comment. I am so sorry about the frogging when it happens. It happens, guys. It really does. But at least I know exactly what I did wrong, and I can catch it, and I can fix it, and I can be up to maybe row 5 by the time I see you guys next. Anyways, many blessings and shalom. I'll talk to you guys later. Shalom. I'll see you on Wednesday. I will do jewelry at that time. Bye, guys.